Hey folks, this is Shane Greer, co-owner and co-publisher of Campaigns and Elections, back for another video interview, this time with Kyle Cundy of Stirista, who are sponsoring this video. Welcome. I want to start with the question that I've kind of been asking everyone this year, which is kind of, how they're dealing with all of the pivots that are going on. It's a crazy cycle. Talk to me from an ad platform perspective. How are you seeing this cycle play out from an ad technology, digital advertising side of things?
Thanks, Shane. Yeah, really excited to answer that. This cycle has been anything if not unpredictable so far. Lots of changes coming from both sides of the aisle in terms of who is going to be the best person to be targeted, the timing on that, and just what kind of message is going to be hitting. And so, one of the things that we are seeing a lot and that we're getting a lot of questions around is micro targeting really, really specific audiences, which is something that we are able to do here at Stirista, down to the level of like social handles, affinities and interests, and even in the advocacy space, groups or organizations or types of, nonprofits or advocacy groups that people are inclined to give to. And so that really helps us build out, particularly in the like reluctant voter or swing voter space, things that might resonate with those folks to get them to come to the polls or to support your cause or what have you.
Yeah, and when folks are coming to you, any campaign today, be it kind of, the sort of issue advocacy that you talked about there, or a candidate campaign, they're coming with data, and we all know that the kind of data they're coming with can vary really wildly. From someone who's just got the basic kind of voter file from whatever their county is, through to folks that are already using sort of sophisticated data tools and technologies to enrich their data. They bring that file to you. What are you, when it comes to appending, when it comes to enriching the client data, what are you bringing to the table there?
So we have a ton of different fields of taxonomy that we can add, and we have people that come to us literally with just phone numbers, and we can append everything that they're looking for onto that from our taxonomy. Or some people have a lot of information and they're looking to just add in some of those more niche details. So, like I mentioned before, social handles or affinities. But we have over 120 million US households
Mhm.
of data and 240 million plus individual consumer data files. So lots of info, of course, all of this standard voter file stuff that you're going to see from any of the many platforms that provide that, but much more information there too. In addition to that, we can also not only append data, but also build lookalike audiences. So we have lots of folks that come to us with their first party data and they say, we're looking for people that maybe haven't interacted with us before, but have similar profiles to this first party data that we have. And so we can help them build out those lookalike audiences to, acquire more folks to the cause.
I want to pivot a little bit here, which is looking at actually what folks are putting out. Right, we spend a lot of time talking about data, about targeting, and of course that is crucial to hit the right audiences at the right time, especially in a year like this where things keep happening. I mean, the last month has genuinely been absolutely wild. But one of the things that comes with that is because of all of the pivots, you have to be able to turn things around quickly. You have to be able to pivot on a dime. And one of the perennial frustrations that political advertisers have is about things like approval times. You come up with a great ad concept, you put it through, and then it's kind of into this black box of when do I hear back about my ad being approved? And maybe it isn't approved, and you don't really know why. Stirista has taken sort of an interesting approach to dealing with political approvals. Can you talk to me about that and give me an example of how that plays out for the kind of political client?
Sure. So we have some custom built political segments for delivery onto CTV that are ones that are, quick to get live and also aren't going to have any of those channels where political is not approved, such as like Disney Plus. So stuff can get going really, really quick as long as folks on the other side are approving stuff. Your internal teams are approving things quickly. Typically, we see about a 48-hour from submission to live for ads on CTV. So pretty fast compared to the rest of the market.
And I can't sort of leave this interview without talking to you specifically about CTV. It exploded last cycle, and it's only going in one direction. There is so much appetite for it for any number of different reasons. Not least of all is the targetability. Talk to me about the state of the kind of CTV ad market at the moment. And what folks in the campaign space want to think about if they're looking to use CTV kind of later in the cycle. Like, how far ahead are they having to buy? Just give me a sense of where the CTV market for political is right now.
Sure. So one of the things that we're hearing from a lot of folks is just inventory and making sure that they're working with CTV providers that are getting good inventory. And obviously, the closer that we get to November, the more difficult that gets. The market gets a little bit more overwhelmed. And so, not only just putting all of your eggs in one basket with one DSP, but spreading out between a couple, because while some of them will have overlapping inventory, that is not the case across the board. There will be some unique inventory with different DSPs. But also like holding your partners accountable on those, making sure that you're getting good analytics and reporting from them and making sure that they're delivering on the things that they say they are, getting stuff seen by the people that you want to, and not just putting it on, junk channels just to get the numbers of impressions that are promised. So high quality and competitive pricing for sure.
Yeah. Well, listen, thank you so much for your time. Final question. If folks want to learn more about Stirista, where can they go?
So Stirista.com, and it's spelled Stirista.com. Or folks are welcome to email me. I am the only one here that specifically works in the political space. My email is k.cundy, Cundy, at Stirista.com. I'm happy to answer any questions for you and let you know how we can help.
Thank you very much. And depending on where folks are watching this, there will be a link somewhere. So just look around the video. Kyle, thank you so much for making the time today. I really appreciate it. It's an exciting cycle, and especially in the digital advertising space. So thank you for talking to us. Thank you all for joining us. Check out the other videos, and of course, stay tuned for more in the future.
Thanks so much, Shane.